All right, so subtract negative 9.3 from both sides. You get a negative 41.7. So here again, we have to make sure that we remember we're dividing by a negative. And if we're dividing by a negative, then we have to flip our inequality sign around. And we end up with m is less than positive 8.34. Notice no lines underneath our inequality signs. So about negative 4.62 is here. So it'll be an open circle. It's greater than, so it's going to point in this direction. 8.3 is about right here. Open circle, and it's less than, so it's going to point in this direction. Remember, it's an and, so it points between both of these numbers. Now we got a couple of special cases that we have to make sure that we remember. When we're looking at this, remember absolute value cannot be equal to a negative number, but can it be greater than or less than a negative number? Well, let's try it. We have our absolute value sign isolated. It's by itself. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to say, all right, we're going to separate it. This is a greater than. So if it's a greater than problem, when we separate it, remember it is an or problem. So the first one is written exactly as it is without the vertical absolute value signs. The second one, we take what's inside the absolute value sign, we flip our inequality sign around, and we take the opposite of the number. Now we're going to solve. So we subtract 1 from both sides. 2x is greater than a negative 10. Divide by 2. X is greater than a negative 5. On the other one, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides again. And we get 2x is less than 8. Divide by 2. We get x is less than 4. No lines underneath our inequality signs. So I have an open circle on negative 5. And it's going to point to the right. That's greater than. Open circle on positive 4. It's going to point to the left. Look at what happens. Because it's an or problem and they cross each other, that means it covers the whole number line. So this is simply going to be all real numbers. Now remember, another way that we can write all real numbers is a double bar R, just like the paragraph symbol, except for you make an R instead of just a P. Okay, let's try one more special case that we might have. We need to get our absolute value sign by itself isolated. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 3. Okay, remember, here's our problem child. Got to flip it because we're dividing by negative. So we have the absolute value of 2x plus 1 is less than a negative 3. Well, hopefully you remember at this point that you can't have an absolute value that's less than a negative. But if you don't remember that, we'll continue. This is less than. Less than, remember, is an and problem. So when we separate these two problems, we have 2x plus 1 less than negative 3. Subtract 1. 2x is less than a negative 4. Divide by 2. So x is less than a negative 2. If we start doing the next part of the problem, move our number line out the way, then what we have is 2x plus 1 greater than a positive 3. Subtract 1. 2x is greater than 2. Divide by 2. X is greater than 1. Okay, no lines underneath our inequality signs, so we'll have open circles when we go to graph it. But when we look at this, we've got a negative 2 less than, so that's going to point to the left. We've got a positive 1 is greater than, and that points to the right. and problems goes between the two numbers. There is no number between -2 and -1 that is included. So this one is an empty set or no solution. Okay, so those are two special cases, when it's all real numbers or when it's no solution.